Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture series on VLSI design. Myself Professor Meenakshi Thorse, Department of ECE, KLS VDIT Haliyal. In the previous lecture, we have designed an ALU subsystem and we designed an adder. In this lecture, we are going to implement ALU functions using adder element and we'll be implementing full adder circuit and a Manchester carry chain. So let us begin with the first concept, that is implementing ALU functions using adder element. Consider one bit full adder with inputs AK, BK, CK-1 as carry input, SK as sum output and CK as carry output. So sum expression is given by AK XORed with BK XORed with CK-1. AK XORed with BK is represented as half sum, therefore sum equals to HK XORed with CK-1. Therefore sum expression is HK bar into CK-1 plus HK into CK-1 bar. And carry output is given by AK into BK plus CK-1 into AK XORed with BK. AK XORed with BK is half sum, therefore carry out expression is AK into BK plus HK into CK-1. Addition can be performed directly. Subtraction, A will be added with 2's complement of B, that is A plus minus B, which gives you subtraction. Similarly, to perform XOR, consider sum expression AK XORed with BK XORed with CK-1. AK XORed with BK is half sum, therefore sum equals to HK XORed with CK-1. Therefore sum can be written as HK bar into CK-1 plus CK-1 bar into HK. So for XOR operation, carry input is set as 0, therefore sum equals to HK bar into 0 plus 0 bar into HK. Therefore sum expression is HK, that is AK XOR BK. For XNOR, consider sum expression again HK XORed with CK-1, where HK is AK XOR BK. Therefore sum equals to HK bar into CK-1 plus HK into CK-1 bar. If we substitute carry input as 1, then sum expression reduces to HK bar into 1 plus HK into 1 bar. Therefore sum equals to HK bar, that is AK XNOR BK. So to perform XOR and XNOR operation, we need to consider sum expression and set carry input as 0 to get XOR result and set carry input as 1 to get XNOR result. Similarly, to implement and OR operations, consider carry out expression. Carry out expression is AK into BK plus AK into carry input plus BK into carry input. So if carry input is set as 0, then the carry out will give you AND operation of A and B. To perform OR operation, again we will be considering carry out expression AK into BK plus AK into CK-1 plus BK into CK-1. If carry input is set to 1, carry out expression is OR operation of A and B. So to perform AND and OR operation, consider carry output expression and substitute carry input as 0 to get AND result, substitute carry input as 1 to get OR result. So let us analyze this using this block diagram. Since we are implementing for 4-bit, we have 4 adder elements. So let us consider A input as 0, 110 and B input as 1, 001. So if you perform XOR, so 0 XORed with 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. So this is the expected output. So let us analyze this now. A0 is 0, whereas this is A3 MSB, B0 and this is B3. So A0 is 0, A1 is 1, A2 is 1, A3 is 0, B0 is 1, B1 0, B2 0, B3 1. To perform XOR, carry input will be set to 0. So there is a switch for carry input so that you can easily switch from VDD and ground. For XOR, carry input is 0, so carry input will be connected to ground line. And for XOR, we will be considering sum output. So carry input 0, A0, B1, hence sum is 1, carry is 0, A1, B0, carry input 0, therefore sum 1, carry 0. Similarly for third block, A1, B0, carry input 0, hence sum is 1, carry is 0. For the last block, A0, B1, carry input 0 again, therefore sum output is 1, carry output is 0. So you can observe the sum output, all the sum outputs are 1. So if carry input is set as 0, whatever sum output you get, that is nothing but XOR operation of A and B, hence verified. So now let us consider for XNOR. So if we perform XNOR of A and B, 0 1 XNOR is 0, 1 0 XNOR 0, 1 0 XNOR 0, 0 1 XNOR is 0. So for XNOR, carry input should be set to 1. So now carry input is connected to VDD line. And again we will be considering some output here. So carry input 1, A0, B1, so 1 plus 1, sum 0, carry 1. Second block, carry input is 1 because it is connected to VDD, A1, B0, so sum 0, carry output is 1. Third block, carry is connected to VDD, A is 1, B is 0, therefore sum is 0 and carry is 1. Similarly last, A is 0, B is 1, carry input is connected to VDD, therefore sum is 0, carry is 1. For XNOR, carry input will be set to 1 and the sum output is nothing but XNOR of A and B. So you can observe both are same. Similarly, we'll implement AND OR operations. So for AND gate, carry input should be set to 0. So again carry input will be connected to ground. But for AND and OR, instead of sum output, we will be considering carry. So carry output will be considered instead of sum. So carry input 0, A0, B1, sum is 1, carry is 0. A1, B0, carry input is 0, therefore sum is 1 and carry output is 0. Third block, carry input is 0, A is 1, B is 0, therefore sum is 1 and carry output is 0 again. Last adder block, carry input is 0, A0, B1, so sum is 1 and carry output is 0. So if we perform A and B, 0 XORed with 1 is 1, 1 0 we are performing AND operation. 0 1 AND is 0 1 0 AND output 0 1 0 AND output 0 0 1 AND output is 0. So for AND, carry input is set to 0, and instead of sum we will be considering carry output. So all the carry outputs are 0, hence AND operation is verified. Similarly, let us verify for OR operation. OR operation, carry input is connected to VDD, that is carry input is set to logic 1. So carry input 1, A0 B1, sum is 0 and carry output is 1. Carry input 1 again, A1 B0, sum is 0, carry output 1. Third block, carry input 1, A1 B0, sum is 0, carry output is 1. Last block, carry input 1, A0 B1, sum output is 0, carry output is 1. So if we perform OR of A and B, 0 1 ORed 1 1 0 OR output 1 1 0 1 0 1 1. So OR expression, carry input is set to 1 and we'll be considering carry outputs, and you can observe here all the carry outputs we have got it as 1. Hence cross verified. Similarly, addition can be performed directly. So if we add A and B, 0 1 addition on 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 1 1 with C out as a 0. So first stage carry input is 0, A0 B1, hence sum is 1 and the carry output is 0. So this will be set to 0. A1 B0 and the carry propagated is 0, therefore sum is 1 and carry output is 0 again. So this C1 is fed as carry input to third block. A is 1, B is 0, carry 0, therefore sum is 1, carry output 0 again. A0 B1, carry input 0, therefore sum is 1, carry output is 0. So you can observe sum output is 1 1 1 1 and C out, final C out is 0. Similarly for subtraction, A will be fed directly, whereas we will perform 2's complement on B and will obtain A minus B result. So now let us implement full adder circuit. So full adder expression is A XOR B XOR C in, and C out expression is AB plus AC in plus BC in. Therefore C out is AB plus C in into A plus B. So sum expression can also be written as AB bar plus A bar B into C in bar plus A bar B bar plus AB into C in. So from equations 1 and 2 we can deduce that the CMOS circuit for some bar will require 20 transistors, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. 10 for pull down, 10 for pull up, so sum will require 20 transistors. And Cout bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pull down 5, pull up 5, so Cout bar will require 10 transistors. Therefore, the complete full adder circuit will need 30 transistors. So we need inverters for input variable to generate A bar, B bar and C bar. So 3 inverters will give you 6 transistors. We need 2 inverters at the output. So 4 transistors, totally 40 transistors. So to minimize the number of transistors, the equation for sum can be altered as follows. Sum is A XOR B XOR C in, which can be written as A B C in plus A bar B bar C in plus A B bar C in bar plus A bar B C in bar. So considering new term A plus B plus C in into Cout bar will give A bar B C in bar plus A bar B bar C in plus A B bar C in bar. Therefore, sum equals to A B C in plus A plus B plus C in into Cout bar. So if you observe the sum expression now, we do not have any XOR operations here. Hence, there is no requirement of complement inputs and we can reduce the number of transistors, which in turn will reduce the silicon area. So Cout bar needs 10 transistors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pull down, 5 pull up. So Cout bar requires 10 transistors and sum bar requires 14 transistors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 7 pull down, 7 pull up, 14 transistors. And we need 2 inverters at the output. Because we will be getting sum bar and Cout bar, but we need sum and Cout. Therefore, totally 14 for sum bar, 10 for Cout bar and 2 inverters at the output will result in 28 transistors. So now let us draw the CMOS circuit for sum and Cout expression. Cout is A dot B. A and B are connected in series. The first term is in parallel with the second term. First term parallel with second. And the second part is C in series with A and B parallel connections. Pull down is implemented. Pull up is exactly dual of pull down. A and B are in series. For pull up, A and B will be in parallel. The first half of circuit is in parallel with second half, whereas for pull down, first half and second half will be in series. The second half C in will be in parallel with A and B in series. So the intermediate node gives you Cout bar output. And inverter at the output will give you Cout output. So now coming to sum expression, A dot B dot C in, so A, B, C in connected in series, dot product. The first half is in parallel with second half. Parallel, Cout bar is in series with A, B, C in connected parallelly. Pull up is exactly dual of pull down. A, B, C in are series here, A, B, C in are parallel in pull up. First half is parallel here, first half will be in series with second half. Second half, Cout is series here, Cout will be parallel. A, B, C in are parallel here, A, B, C in will be series. So this intermediate node gives you sum bar output, a NOT gate will give you sum output. So same circuit is represented using a mirror concept. So before beginning with the next concept, let us first understand, kill, propagate and generate concepts of full adder. Consider 1 bit full adder with inputs A, B, C in, output sum and Cout. If A0, B0, there is no generation of carry, so carry output is 0. It means carry is deleted or carry gets killed. When A is 0, B is 1, carry is propagated. A1, B0, carry gets propagated. You can observe C out is equal to C in value. It means carry is propagated to output. When A is 1, B is 1, carry is generated. Therefore, C out will be 1. Based on this, we can write one more truth table with A, B, C in, generate, propagate, kill, C out and sum. A0, B0, there is no generation of carry. Carry gets deleted or carry will be killed. Therefore, kill is 1, generate and propagate are 0. A0, B1, A1, B0, carry will be propagated. Therefore, propagate is 1, whereas generate and kill are 0. When A is 1, B is 1, carry gets generated. Therefore, C out is 1. Carry gets generated, so generate is 1 and propagate and kill are 0. A0, B0, carry is not generated. It means carry is killed here. So A0, B0 can be written as A bar, B bar. So this is the expression for kill. A0, B1, A1, B0, carry is propagated. So 0, 1 can be written as A bar B, 1, 0 can be written as A B bar. So this gives you A XOR B. A1, B1 carry is generated and therefore generate equation will be A into B. When generate is 1, it means A is 1, B is 1. Generate 1 means carry is generated, therefore C out is 1. If kill is 1, there is no generation of carry, so C out is 0. Kill 1 indicates A is 0, B is 0. Propagate 1 indicates A, B value can be 0, 1 or 1, 0. And carry out is exactly equal to C in value. So generate, propagate and kill signals are mutually exclusive. That is, among generate, propagate and kill signals, only one of them can be logic 1 at a time. Generate and kill are independent of scene, whereas propagate signal depends on scene. So expression of sum is A XOR B XOR scene. A XOR B is represented with propagate signal. Therefore, sum equals to P XOR scene. Similarly, C out equals to AB plus A XOR B into scene. AB is nothing but generate signal. A XOR B is propagate. Therefore, C out is G plus B into scene. So with this we can extend it for 4-bit adder. So carry out expression can be written as Ci equals to Gi plus Pi into Ci minus 1. For the first stage, C0 is G0 plus P0 scene. C1 is G1 plus P1 into C0. If you substitute C0, C1 will be only dependent on scene. It doesn't depend on the previous carry. C2 equals to G2 plus P2 C1. If you substitute C1, C2 will be depending on only carry input variable instead of previous carry C1. C3 is G3 plus P3 C2. If we substitute C2, C3 will only depend on scene value instead of previous carry C2. So the carry dependency is eliminated. Therefore, the speed of the adder can be improved, but at the cost of increased chip area. So if we consider only the carry circuit which we discussed in the previous slide, so this carry input gets propagated to output if A, B values are 0, 1 or 1, 0. Carry gets killed if A, B is 0, 0. Carry gets generated if A and B are 1. This is a direct realization which leads to concept of carry chain and a popular arrangement known as Manchester carry. So we have two XOR gates. The output of XOR 1 is propagate signal P passed to NOT gate, therefore we will have P bar here. The input to second XOR gate is Cin bar, and the input to XOR 2 is P, nothing but A XOR P bar. So finally Sk will be Cin bar XORed with A XOR P whole bar. So if we simplify, the sum expression is nothing but A XOR B XOR Cin. So at this point we have Cin bar. If propagate signal is 1, it means P bar is 0. 1 going to gate of NMOS on, 0 going to gate of PMOS on. So entire TG is enabled, and therefore Cout bar is equal to Cin bar, or Cout equals to Cin. Suppose if propagate is 0, propagate 0, propagate bar 1, therefore TG will be off state, thus Cout bar will depend on A and B. If A and B are 1, carry will be generated, and if A and B are 0, carry will get killed or deleted. So next concept is Manchester carry chain. So as discussed in the previous slide, if A and B are 0, there is no generation of carry, so kill signal is 1. When A is 0, B is 1. When A is 1, B is 0, carry will be propagated, therefore propagate signal is 1, whereas generate and kill are 0. When A is 1, B is 1, carry gets generated, therefore G is 1 and P and K are 0. So if generate is 1, carry gets generated, therefore Cout is 1. If propagate is 1, carry output is equal to Cin, and if kill is 1, there is no generation of carry, therefore Cout equals to 0. So based on these, we can implement a circuit for Manchester carry chain. If G is 1, Cout is 1. So Cout will be 1 only if we turn on the pull-up device. So G will be placed in the pull-up section. Cout will be 0 if kill is 1. So G is placed at pull-up and K is placed at pull-down. So now let us analyze this. Suppose if G is 1, the other two will be 0, because all three are mutually exclusive. If G is 1, NMOS turns on, K 0, NMOS will be off, P 0, NMOS off. So if G is 1, Cout will be shorted to VDD. If P is 1, K 0, G0, both these NMOSs will be in off state. P1, so this transistor will turn on, hence Cout is shorted to Cin value. If K is 1, P0, G0. K1, this NMOS will turn on, 0, NMOS off, 0, NMOS off. Since this transistor is on, Cout is shorted to ground. So if kill signal is 1, Cout will be 0. So this is basic Manchester carry chain. So this figure 8.15 is a dynamic Manchester carry chain. Where a clock signal is used. So when clock is 0, PMOS transistor is on, NMOS transistor off, and if propagate is 1 and generate is 0, generate 0, so this device will be in off state. Since propagate is 1, this NMOS device will be on and carry input value is available as carry output. If clock is 0, propagate 1, propagate 0, generate is 1. Clock 0, PMOS is on, clock 0, NMOS is off, generate is 1. So this NMOS will be in on state. On state, therefore carry output is neither connected to VDD nor ground, nor it is connected to Cin. So in such case it retains output of the previous phase, or the output remains charged to VDD. If clock is 1, NMOS will be in on state, PMOS off, both these NMOSs are on, so carry output will be pulled to ground, so therefore carry output will be 0. This is carry output bar actually. So if generate is 1, carry output bar is 0, therefore carry output will be 1. If generate is 1, carry is generated, therefore Cout will be 1. So same circuit can be extended for 4 bit. So the first expression is G0. So the expression for C0 was C0 equals to G0 plus P0 into Cin. So G0 plus P0 into Cin will give C0, whereas the expression for C1 is G1 plus P1 C0, and the expression for C2 is G2 plus P2 C1 The expression for C3 is G3 plus P3C2. So these buffers are used to reduce the delay because we have pass transistors cascaded which increases delay as a square of n. Thus, to reduce this delay, these buffers are used.